Decided to record because I'm having one hell of a day and I didn't know if I had the patience to take 10 pictures. Sorry, it's just not. So how did I play this? I wasn't in the most space and I shouldn't have. So I was looking at submission range and I wanted it. Of course, I was using Axia, but I'm not going to show what I did with Axia there because Axia, I was long. It had me to short, but I didn't want to. There was it doesn't matter since you don't use it. So I was looking at this imbalance in the settlement price and also Visa. I was like, all right, I wanted, so when we started that's outcry 720, I was like, I was on the 4 minute, so I was like, I want us to buy. I want to buy Hub. And then I saw this type 2. I bought this somewhere and I put my stop there. I was thinking, is it big? Then I was like, partials, yeah, full TP at there. And then I was like on my chart, I had this, I think I had something like this. I was like, I think, let's see if I can find it. Yeah. You see, I was like close below, invalidates it below that. Let's go back to NQ1. So I was like close below, invalidates it. So let's just remove everything for now. Or let's remove this. So damn. I was like close below invalidated. So I was looking at this. And then while this was happening, I was like, okay, price is going up, price is going up, but I do not, it's kind of slow, especially when we got there. Then I switched to 5 minutes chart. This is why I'm giving you just my own process. I was like, wait a minute, even though the 4 minutes looks enticing and it's all this, I do not like the fact how this 5 minute looks. Additionally, sorry about the noise in the background. I was like, okay, this is the low for settlement. Open Outcry created this guy, this expansion there. So I was like, okay. Um, and then I was like, okay, on the 5 minutes, I was like this, and then I saw this, and I was like, 1, 2. We have not closed this expansion. So this guy is important. So if we have any, so that expansion, if we have anything here, then I do not like it. I was like, okay, this guy here would be my first. So instead of here, this would be integral for me to close. But again, I know I was working, against Axia. Additionally, the idea says we are going to break one end of the range. So if I was looking at this range, so if you forget settlement for a minute, I'm looking at just this reference range of Kish. It's balanced. So bam, bam, there, it's balanced. So we are operating at just above premium. I was like, I'm buying in premium. That's a little tricky for this range. If I extend it up here for the whole range, I'm buying in at equilibrium. It's like price can go against me, and my stop is here because that's where I can put it. And I could still be wrong. It could go down. So I was very conscious of this. And so when I saw that the 4 minutes and the 5 minutes were not agreeing, I dropped to the 1 minute. Okay. So I was like, on the 1 minute, I was paying attention. When we had this, I kept seeing that we were dropping back. We were dropping back. Once this happened, so this is the 1 minute. So if you go back to the 5 minute, I will delete this box. So this was the 5 minutes expansion. This is another 5 minutes expansion, right? So let me delete this. That's what I'm saying. I needed to make a video to showcase. So I'll delete this for a minute again. This is equities low according to quants. This is another expansion. Like, of course, there's this other expansion there. This one, because that's an expansion. But in my mind, I was thinking we're having on 5 minutes, we're having expansions also. But again, my mind was everywhere. So I was like, all right, invalidation is what matters most. Invalidation of this would, and then I was like, okay, this expansion is there. We cannot close below this guy aggressively. We cannot. And so on the 1 minute, I was watching it. I would do this. And once I saw this guy, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like what is happening here on this because it's showing me the 5 minutes and the 1 minute and the 4 minute, they're not cooperating. So I was like, I was like, reduced it. I was like, okay, this is going out. This happened instantly. I was like, all right, I'm very wrong. But I was like, the displacement through this was very strong in the first 1 minute. I didn't. And then I was like, this is happening. The displacement again down. I was like, this is massive. We just took out everything. We are back. The rule is that I can't say what KX was telling me. I cannot predict this part accurately. This is the part we cannot predict accurately. If we're expanding out of the domain and we're seeing signatures we like, then we like it. And then I was like, all right, I already have it confirmed there. I think when this 5 minutes closed, it was very bearish. And I was just like, any CSD down, I'm selling this. So it was more like, that's why I explained the process more like an intuition to show the whole thing, not really to show that I was very sure. So you were very right about it. I was just like, so it's more of an intuition of my analysis that I could be very wrong. Additionally, I've been trying to this maybe today and yesterday, I've been trying a lot to do something that I wanted, and price has not been going that way. So maybe in a way it humbled me, and price went, and I think I closed maybe somewhere. Either which I just closed enough for myself. Of course, price went to touch yesterday's 2 p.m.'s price. So if you were asking where was it going, submission range up, low, high, 2 p.m. prices, they are very sensitive. Even I usually say in the past when I'm situating settlement and submission, whichever one you call that, if I have it in my journal, like if during AM settlement, so from 8 to 8:50, we did not touch the 2 p.m. price, I usually consider that settlement as liquidity to come back to whenever we are coming back again. So I'm guessing, I'll not be surprised if this guy also has this down there, because I think I mentioned, and I think I saw it here, if I'm not wrong. I think I saw his chart. That's Gordon. So to target this. But this is also the beautiful thing. Let's say we were wrong. Let's say we didn't know how this happened. We didn't know. Okay. This can happen. Let's say I was on the 4 minutes or 5 minutes, 4 minutes, and I wanted to buy because we're not saying we have 100% win rate here. And let's remove all this. And I bought. My stop was there. Close below this, but this was one big candle, 4 hour closed here. So would have closed here. So down, full loss. There's nothing that says we are buying again. And it didn't give me an entry to enter. But we have expanded out of an efficient range. If this is the first thing that we want to note, I'm guessing, through this bag, what second effigy? Expansion, very nice one. First candle, second candle, below this, both red candles, CST this. I like that. Now, I'm thinking like Kish said, he wants that, if it's a red candle, he wants a CST of it. But I do not know what price is going to do. I've just got bumped. Okay. This is a Gandalf. Not the best, because I would have preferred if this close above it, so it's an expansion. It returns back into it. All right. What am I doing? I'm dropping down to the 1 minute most times, and I want to look for a CST to buy. Let's say I'm sticking to one time frame. Once this ends, I want to get in quickly. You know why? The reason is because I'm only targeting this. So I do not want a big stop and I don't want to put it here. So I want something that would give me. So once this happen, that's why I said I'm dropping to the small because I want the fastest CST there that will give me the list. So this is still 50 something. Now I'm moving it here, 30 something. I can accept it. My stop is there. My target is this first FEG, second FEG, because this is where retracement technique can happen to continue downward. So, and even if not, it's just a day that we didn't get the trade. And I've been having that kind of day. I don't want to share my misery because it's been that kind of week for me, really, whereby I've been having near misses, near stuff is happening, really annoying, like this gold trade, that popped up. So really, that was it for me. That's it. Cold. The same thing is happening because I really, apart from CSDs, I love this card a lot. So we have an FEG, market goes to into it. We CSD it, this, we buy it again. Stop should be here, but that's very big, maybe there. TP, now my TP will be somewhere if I 1 hour. That's 40 points or 20, or I'm adjusting it accordingly because I can then go inside. So where was the liquidity going? Honestly, I do not know. Eventually, I can't. We can in 90 we can say we pay out the. It was paying out, it was this, but the only thing I know is that we didn't take down this blue box. We didn't take Friday's submission range, which was on Monday. So yesterday, we didn't take this. So that's the best place. So this can happen without me. It's like I have my rules also for, like I was explaining to you, the checklist. All right, do this. On this, I'm going to buy the first CST. I'm even going to be there once this, if I was on the 5 minutes, I'm buying that. And my stop is efficient towards an FEG there. Done. So I understand the frustration as to where price are. I cannot say categorically well, but as an understanding as to, how do I say it? Of course, maybe you understand. And even if you're just on the 1 minute chart, because I've been truly, truly enjoying, and I'm sorry this is taking too long, but this is me. Um, Expansion. So you are going up 1 minute, type 2, expansion, you buy at open outcry. This it's like that was 20 point. Stop is there. Why? I don't like this big one, but this is the first one that they dogged into. This card. Enter it. Stop is there. I don't like it at all. But it's 8 point. In this instance, my target was still done, but we start seeing things clearly. On M1, relatively equal eyes thereabout. Hits it again. TP1. Maybe not enough time to move to break even. But before we get there, I'll be at break even. Another trade. Another, of course, like you were asking, where is it going down? But we don't know. But all we know is that an efficient range, we are the efficient range 50%. It's a very big range. And we are just slightly above this range. We opened at efficient, we went up into again, I'm guessing 50%, just above 50% of that again, without closing above, without expanding as much. So if I was in the short, let's say by some miracle you were in it, because you know, you could be using a different time frame and you could be higher up. What was did I want to share now? Because I also saw this later on, but that was what I was on the 1 minute. This is what I was actually. That's a lie. I lied. I entered on this candle on the 1 minute and I exited. No wonder it felt crazy down there. I entered here. I entered here on this candle. And why was that? Was that I realized last expansion that made sense to me was this. And then I saw this guy expanded, and whenever it's an expansion whereby the second candle is with this, I will sell this. So This was when actually I lost total faith in my lung, and I started thinking maybe AXA is right about where it wants to go there. I wanted to close it down there. And then I was like, bam, 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 I didn't like this. And why will I put this down there? Because even though I was buying towards this, I wasn't sure what is happening inside there. The first expansion was 5 minutes. I'm giving. This is an idea. But like I said, I was combining other tools. But this was the first expansion that showed me in my back test I shared with, I think I told you, I shared with Andre too. This is high probability. This. So we have an expansion. I shared with you, yes. The first one, the expansion that ended it, and the next one that, so expansion ended here. The next one was an OB. This is high probability for me. Very high probability. We close this. Is it the one that what makes it even more high probability is if this closed down and then this was an up and then we see as it's selling this, no stress, no complaints. And this was where I lost faith in my lung and shot. And because I was tracking this out on the road, I couldn't see that. I was like, once I was just like, bam, I sold this instantly because it confirmed everything and it took out all the liquidity that was before it in one soup, all the stuff I was considering. But my target was not down. If I was on the chart and I saw it, all right, and I maybe I had the partials, most likely I would have closed when all this was happening. I did close. This is the best I can go for. This. So, all right, that's it. Sorry it went for far, but I just needed to do it this way. Yeah.